Welcome back to A View to a Grill. I'm Johnny. Today we're going to make grilling burgers easy by following these 9 simple steps, which will give us some results just like this, and we're doing it all on the Weber kettle. To make this whole process easier, we're going to start with using pre-formed patties. You could either buy some from your local grocery store or buy some of these delicious Snake River Farms American Wagyu patties. These patties come in frozen, so we're going to make sure that they are defrosted properly and get those in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. Now, today is the day to start our burgers, and the first thing we're going to do is our vegetable prep, because in this burger grilling process, your hands aren't going to be any cleaner than they are right now. A great easy burger to make is just to use a bunch of fresh vegetables. Let's start by cutting this jalapeno into wheels. And if you're worried about the seeds, slicing them like this generally causes most of the seeds to fall out. We're also going to need some thin slices of red tomato, some thinly sliced red onion, and we'll also need some shredded iceberg lettuce. I like to season my tomatoes. So for the tomatoes, we'll fan those out on a plate and then lightly season them with some salt and fresh ground black pepper. And after seasoning the tomatoes, they look like this. Now that our vegetables are prepped, let's get into number 2, and that's to clean our grill. The reason why you want to clean your grill is because all of this stuff that is stuck to your grill does not taste good, and it causes your food to stick. I like to use Citrasafe, so I'll get that sprayed onto the grill grates. Then I'll let it sit for a minute. After that, I'll scrub off all the grime and then wipe it up with a towel. And when you're finished, you'll have these beautifully smooth grill grates. The grill grates are clean, so let's go into number 3, and that is to set up the Weber kettle. Today, the Slow and Sear is in timeout, and I'm going to show you a setup that I use just by using the Weber kettle baskets that my Weber kettle came with. I'll just set them in this configuration on the bottom grill grate, and I have turned the right side into a hot zone and the left side into a cool zone for 2-zone cooking. Now that the Weber kettle is set up, we can go to number 4, which is to start the fire. We're going to keep this process easy by using Kingsford Blue that you can find pretty much anywhere. We're also going to be using a fire starter, which if you look next to the Kingsford Blue, you'll probably see some of these as well. We're going to want this fire pretty hot, so we're going to use a full Weber chimney starter of charcoal. Now we'll light our fire starter and get that set right on top. The fire's getting started, so let's get right into number 5, and that's prepare our patties. We're going to make our own rub today. We'll use 2 parts of kosher salt, 1 part of ground black pepper, a 1/2 part each of granulated garlic and granulated onion. Get all of that into a bowl, mix it around a bit. When I was done, I had a rub that looked like this. Now that these patties are defrosted, let's take a closer look and see what the Snake River Farm patties look like. Now, out of the package, these patties look and feel nice. They're kind of thick, and look at this meat to fat ratio. It looks spot on. If you notice, I have all of my patties on this pan and cooling rack setup, and I use this setup a lot, and it makes all of my grilling easier. Now we'll get all of those patties seasoned generously with the rub we made. And then after I have them seasoned, I like to pat the seasoning into the meat. Once we've done that, we can flip all of these patties over and repeat that process on the other side. Now that our patties are prepared, let's go on to number 6, and that's to get these burgers on. Our fire is now burning clear, and the tops of the charcoal are slightly ashed over. That's my cue to get the lit charcoal into that space we reserved in our Weber kettle. Now we can spread the charcoal around for some even heat distribution. We'll get our clean grill grate back on, and if you have this pan and tray, you can grab the tray and put all the patties on at the same time, making it easier. Now we can close the lid and give these patties about 10 minutes. For this first part, I'm going to calm this fire down just a little bit by closing the top vent halfway and the bottom vent to the third oval from the left. Now we can close the lid and give these patties about 10 minutes. The temperature I'm going for a finished patty is going to be at least 155 to about 160. That's my goal. If you were to look at the USDA website, they say that it is safe to eat ground meat at 160 degrees. But that's not the reason why I like my patties to be medium well to well. It's because of the texture. I enjoy the texture at a higher temperature, because anything lower, for my personal taste, is just a mushy patty with no texture. It's been 10 minutes. Let's check on our burgers. And I'm just going to take a quick temperature. So our patties are sitting at 114 degrees. And that's a good time for me to start searing my patties. But if you don't have a thermometer, here are two visual cues that you can use, provided you like your patties the way I do, to let you know when to start searing your patties. If you see these little peaks on the surface of the patty, then that is my cue to tell me to start searing my patties. Also, if you see these cloudy juices on the surface of the patty, if you like your burgers like me, that is a cue to tell you to start searing your patties. Also, I have this little chart that I came up with that kind of tells me in a general ballpark range of when to start my sear, really for any meat. And it's not perfect by any means, but if you're looking for a good rule of thumb, then you might find this helpful for yourself. Now that we have our patties where we want them to be, let's get into number 7, sear the burgers. Today, to manage my patties, I'm going to be using the Lamson 20-inch Premier spatula. If you'd like one for yourself, check out my link and discount code below. I'm going to do these in 2 batches. I'll move 3 of the patties over from the indirect side to the direct side and then let them go for about 1.5 minutes. And while they're searing, you want to check for hot spots. So to me, it looks like the right side is hotter than the left side. After 1.5 minutes, I'm going to rotate the patties. We'll give them another minute and then flip all of our patties. Then we'll do that whole process again. We'll let them set for 1.5 minutes and then rotate them if necessary. If you look at this area right here, you can see how the juices are slightly pink to clear. That tells me that this patty is done and is at the temperature that I like it. Now that those are done, we'll get them back to the indirect side and then go through that whole process again with the second batch of patties. Now we have all of our patties seared off, and take a look at what we've got here. All of these patties are looking fantastic. Love the sear that we've accomplished. If you would like some Snake River Farm products for yourself, check out the link below. It's time to go to number 8, and that is to cheese our patties. Today I have a variety of cheeses. Right here I have a mild cheddar. Next to that is American, and we also have some Munster and some Monterey Jack. Now we'll go ahead and cheese the patties and then close the lid. This is only going to take about 45 seconds to a minute because our grill is so hot. And if you want to see how hot our grill is, check this out. That's a hot grill. 45 seconds to a minute later, let's take our patties off the grill. Using a variety of cheeses just makes this whole rack of burgers look that much better. Now I just have some brioche buns, and we'll get that toasted over the direct flame. Now that we have everything ready, it's time for number 9, and that's build your burger. Remember, we're keeping this simple, and I'm just going to use my favorite French cheese mustard as my sauce. Next, I'll put on 2 of those seasoned red tomato slices, and then some thinly sliced red onions. Next, we'll go with the thinly sliced jalapeno wheels, and then we'll take that beautiful Snake River Farms patty and put that right on top. I like mustard, so we'll put some of that on the top bun, and then a nice handful of that shredded iceberg lettuce, which one of my sons tells me never to put the lettuce on top. But again, it's my burger. And then here's what we got. Yeah, a beautiful burger with a ton of fresh vegetables. Perfect. Now it's the best part of the night. We get to taste this thing. And I'm gonna take a huge bite. And my goodness, come on. A simple burger that just knocks it out of the park. Fantastic. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for, because you should have already hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching A View to a Grill. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.